Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be doing the review for the Samsung Galaxy A9 Pro, and this is a phablet size device, and it's ideal for people who are looking for very long battery. And as you can see, it's having a 6-inch Super AMOLED screen, and the biggest thing is that it has a 5000 milliamp hour battery, and this smartphone gets a lot of things right, but everything is not perfect. And I won't be going over the physical overview and general aspects of this device because I have covered all those aspects in my unboxing video. Check out that video for more info. And before we proceed with the review, here are the specs for your reference. So I'll be dividing this review between the pros and the cons, the things that I liked and the things that I did not like. So let's start with the pros and the things that I liked. And the first thing that immediately struck to me was regarding the build quality. Samsung has done a very good job in terms of build quality. The build quality is very solid. It gives you a very reassuring feel. It has this metallic on the side and glass on the back, and it gives a very premium also sort of a look to this device. So in terms of build quality, Samsung has done a great job. But again, as this is a very big device sporting a 6-inch screen, it's slightly on the heavier side, and if you use it with a single hand, it sort of feels a little bit top heavy, so you have to be aware of that. I got used to this after about 4-5 days. Initially I felt it was a bit heavy, but again, yes, certainly even after 4-5 days it's on the heavier side. And second thing I really liked is, though it's having just a 1080p screen, it's not having a quad HD screen, but the 1080p Super AMOLED screen that Samsung has put on this one is actually really good, and I have no problems regarding that. Also, it has the basic sensors that you will expect, like auto brightness sensor and stuff, so no problems regarding the screen quality. Also, as I've told you, it feels extremely premium, I would say, and people will look at this phone and they'll ask you, what is this model? Now, another thing that I really like on this phone is that this phone is a proper dual SIM phone with a micro SD card slot. So if you are a person, and I know many people who want to use 2 SIMs plus a SD card, you are covered with this. Also, when we talk about internal storage, it has 32 gigabytes of internal storage, and it comes with 4 gigabytes of RAM with the Snapdragon 652 SoC, and it gives a very good performance. In general performance, I did not have any issues. Yes, it runs TouchWiz, but I did not notice lagginess while using this phone thanks to the Snapdragon 652 SoC. Another thing, and this is the most important thing about this phone, is regarding the battery life that you will be getting on this one. It sports that massive 5000 milliamp hour battery, and that excess weight is also due to that. But in terms of battery life, Samsung has done a great job, and that's also thanks to the Snapdragon 652 SoC. The battery life is actually very good on this phone. In terms of screen on time, I was getting anywhere between 6 to 7 hours of screen on time. And with my casual regular usage, I was charging it only once in 1.5 days. So even for heavy users, I would say it can easily last for a full working day. When I was only on, what do you say, mobile data, then also it lasts me for 6 hours of screen on time. And with mixed usage, I used to get almost about 7 hours of screen on time with this one. So battery life is, needless to say, excellent on this device. Now, again, as I've already mentioned, the general performance was also very good. And I also like the fact that Samsung has added some nice features that they do on their premium lineup of phones, even on this one. For example, it has the multi-windows support, so that split screen functionality is there on this phone, and it also has themes and even that S-Bike mode on this phone, and yes, it also has NFC. Now moving to gaming performance, I did quite a bit of gaming with some heavy games, and I have to say the gaming performance was also very good on this phone. And the good thing is that even with extended gaming and with heavy games, it did not heat up. So again, for gaming also, it was a very nice experience. Now moving to the camera performance is sort of mixed, I would say. In outdoor and natural lighting conditions, the pictures come out to be really good, as you can see with the sample shots. But one thing that I've noticed is that for macro shots, you have to be careful because the focusing can be an issue at times. And even in semi-indoor conditions, it does a fine job. But when we move to artificial lighting and low lighting conditions, here here the performance goes down quite a bit, and you can notice quite a bit of noise in the pictures. So I thought Samsung would have done a better job in this area considering the price point of this device, but you have to be careful in low lighting conditions. But again, with flash, the pictures come out to be really good, and the flash is really powerful. Moving to the front facing camera, the front facing camera performance is also very good. Again, it's the same situation. If you take pictures in natural lighting, it comes out to be really good, but in artificial lighting you have to be a little bit careful, otherwise the pictures can come out to be a little bit shaky. Next, if we talk about the cellular call quality, I tested this one with Airtel 4G and also with the Reliance Jio, and the cellular call quality that I was getting was very good, no issues. And yes, this one works perfectly fine with the Reliance Jio, and you can make VoLTE calls. So VoLTE support is there out of the box. Now, these were some of the things that I liked with this device. Overall, a very good device, I would say. Biggest thing is the battery life, but let's talk about some of the things that I did not like, and here are the cons. The first thing, as I've already mentioned, is that this device feels a little bit heavy, and particularly if you're going to use it with a single hand, it becomes sort of top heavy, so you have to be careful. So it's mostly a two-handed device in my opinion. Also, as it's a Samsung phone, Samsung did not skimp on a lot of sensor, but the gyroscope sensor is sadly missing on this one. So no VR support or YouTube 360 videos will simply not work on this. This is quite a bummer. I simply cannot understand why Samsung omitted the gyroscope sensor. But other sensors, fortunately, like auto brightness, compass, haptic feedback, etc., are there. Also, one more thing that I noticed was missing in camera, particularly in the video mode, was slow motion. For some reason, slow motion option was not there. So it looks like Samsung is intentionally trying to gimp this model so that it doesn't compete with their flagships. Also, again, talking about the fingerprint scanner, for the most part it works, but again, as you can see, it's working fine now. But sometimes, as you see, it didn't recognize. So that's the case. I would say if I have to rate the fingerprint scanner, I would rate it 7 out of 10. It works most of the time, but sometimes you have to tap in twice, which was the same case with even the Galaxy S7. And again, so the last con I have is that I was expecting slightly better camera performance with the rear facing camera, because this one has optical image stabilization. But again, in artificial lighting and low lighting conditions, the performance is not that great. I would say overall, considering the price point of this device sells in India for 32,400 rupees. Again, I'll have the link in the YouTube show notes. So for that price point, I would say the biggest strength for this device is regarding the battery life. So if you're a person who's looking for a very practical phone with great battery life that has proper dual SIM and a micro SD card support, you can certainly have a look at the same. Another thing that I really liked about this device is the build quality and the premium feel that it gives. Again, in terms of pure performance, there is the OnePlus 3, which does better in pure performance, and even the rear facing camera of the OnePlus 3 does better. But again, it's a Samsung device, so be prepared to pay a slight premium. But overall, I would say the overall performance of this device was actually really good. Again, I have also posted the in-depth gaming review for this device, so if you want to know more about gaming, you can check out that video. Link for that video will be in the YouTube show notes. So I hope you found this video review helpful, and if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.